Could the sanctions on Russia be affecting Halo Infinite's development? Well, according to this article, yes. Windows Central recently put together an article talking about how the Russian invasion continues to have a trickle-down effect on game development even outside Ukraine. And since we're a Halo-focused channel, we're talking about the Halo section of this article, but they provide multiple examples of how this war that Russia is having with Ukraine has directly affected game development and slowed a lot of things down. There's even been an entire company that's had to get up and leave Ukraine to find a different location to continue developing their game. But according to anonymous sources who have worked on Halo Infinite, have talked about the Russian team at Spartan, who is a support studio with Halo and Halo Infinite's development. Spartan provided assistance on Halo Infinite by blocking out different multiplayer maps following concept art given by 343 Industries and using it to create a rough, unfinished draft of what the map would look and play like. And these unfinished maps would be given to another team to be arted out in a way. Though with Sparasoft's Russian division now unable to provide this support, one of the basic elements of the map development pipeline was removed, leading to an internal map delays at 343 Industries restructures parts of its pipeline. Now, Windows Central here does say they did reach out to Microsoft for a comment, but they didn't leave one for them. So we're kind of left to speculate, is this truly happening? Is this the reason why in Season 2, all we got was one arena map and one BTB map? Because when it comes to Season 3, I'm not expecting a whole lot of extra content when it comes to that stuff. I'm expecting also another one map of arena, one map of BTB. Unless 343 provides information to prove otherwise. This is just like more information and more things we've needed to find out about Halo Infinite's development and what is truly going on over there. Because we get the idea that like things are kind of behind and the game that's in the state it's in right now is playable but not in the best state it should be in. And we keep hearing about from Microsoft and also from 343 saying that like, yes, we hear you, we're doing the feedback, we're reorganizing, resituating the process to, prioritize things that the players want, the stuff we hear you and all this kind of stuff. But like, where are the actions? The actions being taken with the drop pod situation that we have right now does seem to be a good process, but the first drop pod we had wasn't really anything that would be like game changing to make people want to come back to the game. Which the June 14th drop pod that we had definitely came in with a lot of fixes. As you can see just right here, this list of fixes that came for the June drop pod were great and awesome to see, but a lot of it, like they stated previously, were more just kind of quality of life improvements, not necessarily anything that's like, oh my god, I need to jump in and play some Halo. Like, yeah, the load times have been increased by like 100% when it comes to first loading in the game. That's a fantastic update, definitely needed, but anything too crazy. Stuff like fixes when it comes to desync, or maybe online co-op coming into the game officially, or cross-core customization happening would be part of these drop pods, which are, again, like a trickle-down effect, which is like a bit of here and there that makes you want to like, oh, that's a nice thing that they did to Halo, but not anything that's like true content that make people want to jump back in and play this game. And I think maybe this war on Ukraine by Russia and having these sanctions on Russian sides of development certainly does hit when it comes to pumping out more content more often. It seems like another hit that's outside of 343's control to directly affect development of the game. Of course, previously we had COVID, now we have a war with Russia and Ukraine. I'm sure a lot of you have probably left a comment saying don't even bother with support studios and just, have it all with in-house at Microsoft. Well, that would be nice, yes, but there's some parts of game development that just require support studios to help out with smaller things that don't really require an entire team or division at 343 or Microsoft in general, but also just help out with the game support in most parts. We see this a lot with Call of Duty, right? With Raven Studios, who don't develop the games at all, but they help support Warzone and the multiplayer side of things of Call of Duty. Which it looks like we're seeing a similar thing happen with Search and Affinity, right? With that rumored Tatanka mode we've been talking about for months now on this channel. I haven't really heard any official word about it. Though, to give you a little bit of hopium about it, this is tweeted out back in the middle of June, so we should be hearing something here pretty soon from Certain Infinity saying this is the last time these walls in our Austin studio will be empty, as they're currently working on like a mural, some kind of fun stuff. Lots of updates coming over the next month. Now, I think that's probably more than just talking about updates on a mural. I think they're talking about updates about the two things that they're working on at that studio, being one, the Tatanka mode for Halo, and another one making their own game, which is kind of like a Monster Hunter type of game we haven't heard anything about. I think this all just kind of ties into the general feeling I've been saying since Halo Infinite's launch, guys, that year one of Halo Infinite, it's going to be pretty slow. It's going to be a lot of development by 343, a lot of updates here and there trickle throughout the rest of the year to where we actually get the game into a good state. I'm expecting 2023 to be seeing the game going full speed ahead, at least for the most part. But for right now, I think we're just kind of like in this waiting game. Like I've seen this happen in games throughout the years of me being a gamer, right? Saw this with Battlefield 4, Destiny 1, Destiny 2, a lot of Call of Duty games as well, release in a bad state and then eventually get patched up and fixed and updated to where they actually are in a pretty good state. It usually takes about a full year for that kind of stuff to happen. But once we get some more information on game development on 343 side of things, more content coming to the game, what's going on with Certain Infinity and Tatanka, you know I'll share it with you guys here on the channel. But if you're new to the channel and missing any content from me recently, check out this playlist right here. I got a link to all my gaming news and informational videos right there. Thanks so much for watching, greatly appreciate it, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace out.